Welcome to the Bigfoot Question and Answer session with Mitch Waite for 18 July 2014. As covered in the previous video, we talked about hoops that were on the tree. I couldn't find the pictures before, but I found them now, so these are the hoops.
Greetings, I'm Mitch Waite, founder of MogollonMonster.com, and this is the Bigfoot Question and Answer session for the 18th of July 2014. I'm recording this on the 17th, but it won't be posted till the 18th, in case you're wondering. I have some questions that my Facebook friends and YouTube friends have sent to me, and so I will try to attempt to answer them the best that I can. However, please keep in mind, these are my own opinions and my own thoughts. You're welcome to yours. If you contact me and have questions or you want to converse more about it, please keep it professional. No swearing, no profanity, no degrading, belittling, or degrading language. Otherwise, I'll ignore the question. So, we'll start out first off. The first question is from Dave, and he says, do you think Bigfoot language is somehow related to the Native Americans speak or sound-wise? There are many accounts of the Bigfoot and Native Americans conversing in the forest along a trail or something like that, exchanging information about game and trails and so forth. Generally speaking, whenever there's legends and lore, that there is probably some truth to it somewhere. Something started that legend or lore. So could they have conversed back and forth? Maybe. Do they speak each other's language? Well, that's where you gotta ask yourself, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Which means, whose language is based on whose dialect? So, do the Indians speak Bigfoot or vice versa? Or are they that similar? We really don't know. However, our Native American friends tell us that Bigfoot is basically our brothers, and that they're like another tribe. So yeah, they could be conversing quite regularly. To me, I'm a non-linguist. I don't know any foreign languages. I know a few Spanish words, but I have a real hard time pronouncing the R's in Spanish, the rolling of the tongue. I don't have the muscle memory it takes to roll the R's. So speaking a language and understanding a language is quite different. However, Bigfoot may understand us quite well. They do sit and watch and observe and listen. And it would be kind of like my American Bulldog. Her name is Raven. She had a very good vocabulary, and she had no problems understanding what I was talking about or what my wife was talking about. We wouldn't even be talking to her, and we would talk about walking the dog or something, and all of a sudden she perks up and gets ready to go. She knows. She knew about food. She knew about, well, basically everything she wanted to know about. So, could Bigfoot understand us? I think so, because they are watchers and observers. And one of the things I have noticed around the campsite where I usually do my research is there's several campsites in a row going down a creek. And there's a hill behind the campsites. And I have gotten up behind on that hill a little ways up, and I found a trail. And this trail goes along just out of sight from the campsites, but allows the person on the trail a real good view down into the campgrounds. And this leads me to believe that they go up there quite often and watch us down in the camp. We are basically maybe being their reality TV. So they watch us. They watch us go over and get in the ice chest and pull out a soda can and pop the top and drink it. Well, do you think they know how to pop a top on a soda can? I can tell you they do. So that's another story. But they sit and they watch us. They watch us talk back and forth. Do you really think that they would be able to pick up language, our language? Now, they may not be able to speak it, but they certainly would be able to understand it. Chimpanzees do that. Bonobo chimps do that. Dogs do that. Parrots do it. So basically, yeah, I think they can understand us quite well. So it might behoove you the next time that you're out in the woods and you think a Bigfoot might be watching, talk to them. See what happens. See if they answer you back. You might get a rock thrown at you or something like that, but keep in mind, if they wanted to hit you with the rock, they'd hit you with the rock. Okay. Well, on this trail up there, it's kind of funny because I went from campsite to campsite above there watching the campsites below, and I found this one tree. It's a big, huge ponderosa tree, and at the base of that ponderosa tree is a big pile of scat. This must be their latrine when they're up there watching us. That must be the scat tree or something like that. So, you know, I thought that was kind of interesting. Maybe, can they speak our language? Well, maybe not. Like I said before, they may not have the developed vocal cords and muscles that you use to be able to converse with us. Like, I can't speak Spanish with ours. You know, that kind of thing. They might be able to come close enough to where you can understand it. Now, I've heard them talking in the bushes before. To me, it sounds like Navajo. But it's almost like I can almost understand what they're saying, but it's not there. I mean, it's, you know, I don't understand it. But through the inflections and the tones and stuff like that, sometimes I can tell what they're talking about. If they're worried or if they're interested or curious, or one saying, let's get out of here, and the other one saying, no, 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 or, you know, that kind of thing. Understanding the language is quite different than talking it. And I would like to point out that animals do this quite often. I've talked about my American Bulldog, but there was, on Nova, there was an Australian Shepherd that had like 3,000 toys. And it knew the name of each and every one of those toys. That Australian Shepherd was tested on Nova to see if it knew exactly. And the thing is they introduced a new toy and gave it a new name and had the Australian Shepherd go find it. And it did it. It was able to associate the new name with the new toy. Pretty intelligent. Plus the Australian Shepherd knows other commands too. It knows other languages and stuff like that. So yeah, I think they can understand quite well.